Aries, let's take a look at where you're focusing your energies now that Mercury has stationed direct. All right, what's going on for Aries now that Mercury is stationed direct? Okay, all right, Aries. So we have a few different energies. The first one we have here is hold yourself center. All right. And what I feel with this energy, Aries, is Spirit is making sure that you look out for number one. Okay. First off, you look out for number one. All right. Maybe Mercury retrograde was a time where felt like you were just running around, fixing all the, little peripheral stuff, all the things that people needed you for, right? But what did you really do for yourself? Okay. Did you ever really get to accomplish the goals that you set out to do? Or was it more so about fulfilling other people's goals? Okay. Make sure that you hold space for yourself there. Or make sure that you take time to hold space for yourself is the message here that Spirit is saying. Okay. Yeah. And then we also have spiritual service. All right. Okay, listen, for some of you, if you have not been like very super spiritual, maybe this is a time where you're beginning to make a shift. You're starting to, I guess, get a feel for what different spiritual practices you may be headed towards. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even religious, if not necessarily spiritual, just whatever your own personal path is, okay? You may be making time for finding that as well. And then also with these cards, we have literally 1, 2, 3, 4. This is card number 21. This is card number 34. So like we got 1, 2, 3, 4 in a way. So it's like you have all the steps, but they may not necessarily be in order. But first things first is you gotta show up for yourself. Okay. Alchemical mutation here is the next card. Card number 31. Okay. So, okay. Okay, Aries. So I feel like during this Mercury retrograde time, I feel like many of you were beginning to see certain changes in your life as you began to, like I said, go down a particular spiritual practice, or as you began to realize that you need to kind of make yourself first in your life in order for certain things to change, in order for certain things to come forth into fruition. So I really feel like this is just a big like boot from Spirit saying, hey, make yourself number one and go get it. All right, let's go ahead and get the tarot. Let's go ahead and get some energies from tarot here. Now, some of you, this may be all one message. This may be like kind of a couple of separate different messages for you. Either way, just take it however it resonates. Please make sure that you give a like. Please subscribe, hype the video, all of that good stuff. All right. Okay, we do have the Queen of Cups energy here, Aries. So I do feel a very emotional energy that's coming forward. All right, and it does feel like it's actually coming from you. It may be an energy that you're not used to. All right. But this is where someone is either showing you a particular emotion or you are giving emotion to someone else here. We do have the Ten of Swords energy. Okay, and that does cross this card. So this is about you this is about you no longer continuing to provide emotions again. Oh, you gotta leave. It's like, okay, I gotta leave emotions out of it, is what Spirit is trying to say with the Ten of Swords here crossing this. It's like, okay, you have emotions for people, Aries, which is actually really, really good, but at a certain point, you got to know when enough is enough. We do have the Five of Pentacles. It makes you feel, it honestly kind of makes you feel guilty when you have to exclude other people outside, from your life. Because you know what it feels like to be left alone, left out, excluded and stuff like that. So I feel like this really, really like isn't something that you want to do, but it is something that you need to do. It's a necessary separation here. Okay, yeah, we do have, and now we do have the Hierophant, and it is in reverse. So, yeah, there's no more growth here. There's no more, you're not growing anymore spiritually here around these particular people or within this particular environment. All right, and maybe the Mercury retrograde has shown you that. All right, Six of Swords here in reverse. I'm I'm hearing like conversations going in circles, but really nowhere. You know, it's just like drudging up old thoughts that have already been hashed out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it hashed out or not? Like, the only way is just to, I just feel like it's just to completely separate. Once you separate, it's like things will completely change. All right. Page of Swords. You know what? In reverse. And sometimes, Aries, you're just going to have to be all right with people not liking you. You're just going to have to be all right with people not liking you and people not agreeing with what it is that you're putting out there to be seen. But it's not for them, it's for you. You know, and it always was. Okay. All right. We got the Four of Wands here in reverse. And this is the last card. So with the Four of Wands here in reverse, I feel like, yeah, you know, you're really kind of shaking up the foundations for a lot of different things here. Well, really for yourself, right? But because there's been people that have been kind of, you know, I will say kind of maybe either riding your coattails or banking on the fact that you have feelings and emotions for them. Because you're starting now to choose yourself and make yourself the center of your life, now it's exposing all of those places where they were like, you know, kind of leeching off of you a little bit, you know, pretty much. Okay. So hopefully that made sense to somebody, Aries, but it's a very powerful message. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have nothing else.